Alright guys, in this video we are going to be doing a small, it's going to be a small video for, this is just going to be kind of me rebuilding the mini bike again. Alright, just got in my mic, so now we can start. How well can you hear me? Good enough? Alright, so here's the mini bike. I've got everything sitting. I'm gonna take off the gas tank and carburetor assembly because I'm thinking it might be easier to do to get to everything. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm using my Beats earphones, my little earplugs, for a mic right now, so I'm testing this out. I just listened to the audio. So we're good in there. But basically, I'm just going to get the wrenches and remove the two bolts holding on the carburetor. And there is one down here that isn't there anymore. I don't know where it went, but it's not there. So I'm not going to do anything about that. Later when I get a tap and die set, I'll probably figure out what thread it is and then go to the store and buy a new bolt. Right now I'm just going to be removing the two bolts. So I'm going to remove those and get back to you when I'm done. Alright, so I got the bolts out. It's just two bolts. It's super easy. When you're done with that, you just kind of lift this whole thing out. I might just leave mine sitting right here. Doesn't matter. You can leave yours wherever you want, but I made this video for somebody. If you're watching this, you know who you are. So I will explain the bolts you need to remove the gas tank. And there's just two of them, and there's one here at this top one, and one down here at the very bottom one. And here's my new gasket. Now, the engine's still connected, so what I need to do now is remove the switch, which is just a large, like a nut, and I need to get the 4 bolts and the clutch. 4 bolts for the motor and the clutch off. So the bolts for the motor, it's simple. There's just 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side, holding it down to the chassis. I'll be right back when the engine is loose. Alright guys, I got the engine out of the mini bike, and now I'm just draining the oil. It's a super simple process. There's this bolt right here. That's the one you want to remove, and once you've drained a little bit of oil out of it, you can take out the oil cap. I have mine on an angle so it gets a little bit more. See that? So anyway, I want to show you the bolts that I had to remove this with. And this is only for small Briggs & Stratton engines and those Predator clones you can get at Harbor Freight. So you have 1, 2, and then around here at the back, hold on, there is number 3 right there. It's hard to see. Let me try to focus the camera. Right there, number 3, and number 4. 3 and 4, and you just remove those and it comes right off. And there's another oil drain right here, but I don't use that one. Here's what the oil one looks like for these small engines. It's got a square piece. It's got threads. Just threads right into there. So anyway, I've got it draining into the oil pan, and I'll be putting it in a little while. Once most of the oil is drained out, one trick is you can get an air compressor and blow a little bit of air right at the bottom of here. That kind of moves the oil around and gets it right here. And then after that, I'm going to pull off the clutch. I said I was going to do that in the video, but I just slid the motor back and put the chain over it. So for the clutch, there's a grub screw here, and a screw here. It's kind of hard to see that. Let me focus it. Let me actually turn this over. Oh wait, wrong side. So there's one there and one down here, right there. And then I remove this giant nut and it should come right off. Now this nut is going to be, or the bolt, screw, whatever, is going to be harder to remove because when you loosen it, it's just going to tighten the motor, rotate the engine. So you want to get a hammer, put it on here, and just quick taps. The sudden change in speed will start loosening the bolt. So I'm going to finish removing the oil and I'll get back to you when I'm about to take off the clutch. So I got the clutch bolt out. It's just, you put the wrench up to it and just give it short little taps with a hammer. It'll come out eventually. So once you do that, this one is really old. You don't really see these very often. If you do, then, well, I haven't seen them, but I've been looking for them and I can't find them. These are the ones with the removable keyway. There's 2 grub screws on this one. You just loosen them up. Clutch should slide right off. If it doesn't, then you need to tap it with a hammer. Try to get it off. These have the removable keyways, so they're really cool. Once you got your clutch off and your bolt, everything is removed from the engine. There should be no obstructions from pulling this case off. So for this, it's just simple 7/16" wrench, and then you loosen them. Tyler, stop whistling. You don't whistle during filming. Sure. You know that camera picks it up. Alright, so it's just 6 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'll get back to you when I'm done. Alright, so I'm making this video for somebody, so if you're out there, yeah, you know who you are. But this is the inside of a motor. Here's the gear, and there's the crankshaft and everything. And then here's the camshaft. And when you pull this out, let me check. Alright, so it's got one of the valves compressed right now, and I don't want to feel that get sprung down, so I'm just going to rotate that a little bit. Alright, so everything's back to normal, so this just slides out. And there go the 2 lifters, they will fall. Oh shoot, one of them's out to about land. Alright, so here's the camshaft. If the girl is watching this, then this is what I was talking about, those little lobes on the cam. There's 2 of them. They're offset timing. That's what makes the valve open. These are the lifters. Really simple, just they make contact with the cam there. Push up the valves. Here's the one I ground down. It's really short. You can kind of tell the height difference right there. If you can see them, they're right there. No, you're fine. This is Tyler and Nick. They're going to be helping me with the video, so props to them. I'm going to put the new lifters in, which just go in those 2 holes right there at the top. And then I'm going to put the cam back in and put this new side cover on. I'll be back with you, and I'll be back to you when I'm done with that. Alright, so this is the new cover. I painted it. We got a new gasket on there. I've already put the new lifters in. That was pretty simple. You just take off the cam. The old ones drop out. Alright, Tyler, I need you to help me with this. Now, I put a new seal. The gasket kit came with a new seal, and I put it on there, and it doesn't like to go onto the crankshaft. Yeah. So, I'm going to thread in the bolts just a little bit. And then once that's on, alright, so 3, 2, 1. You want to line it up. There's 2 little pins here that you'll line it up with. Once you're good with that, make sure you're good. New gasket, everything's good. Tyler, you can let go. Now there's a pin that goes in there, and then there's the one for the screw. So there's 6 screws. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, one here, one that goes right here, and finally one that goes right there. And once they're in, thank you, Charlie. You can start threading them in. And then a 7/16 inch bolt if you have, I think it's always 7/16, but I think it is. Then you just thread them down. If you have a torque wrench, then try to find the engine's manual and read what the torque specs are for that. I keep going with that one. Yeah. And then you would torque it down, but I don't have a torque wrench, so I'll just, actually, you know what, 7/16 inch is wrong. I forgot. This is, what the heck then? Huh. Well, the old bolts were 7/16 inch, but apparently these new ones are 3/8 inch, so.
Is that better or worse?
I don't really know, but I think that I'm worried that these might be the different threads, so we're going to put the other bolts in, the stock ones, and I'll be back in a second. The side cover on, I painted it. The stock, when I got it, it had these weird bolts like this. There was 2 of them, so I just put the ones that came with the side cover on. But you're going to put the clutch back on. It's the same way you got it off. Put this one on first, and then these 2 grub screws, just tighten them up. And if you have a removable keyway, make sure you get that in there, and it's solid to the shaft. Guys, focus. So I'm going to tighten this up, tighten up the grub screws, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, so I've got my head off, and this is the head for the engine. I need a new head gasket, so I need one to go for here. This is what the inside looks like. It's pretty cool. Right here you got some shapes, and this is for compression right here. And then here's the spark plug. That's where it ignites the gas fuel mixture. I need a head gasket, so you need to remove these these bolts I'm pointing to, and one right here for the cover, so it can slide off. And then obviously pull off the spark plug. So I'm gonna get the new gasket. It's in here in a bag where I have all my stuff these days. So here's the new one. Brand new. They're metal because it's a head gasket. It's got to be strong. Leave them on. All right, Tyler, focus.
It's fine.
I don't care. Just focus.
Oh. Okay, guys.
These only will go on one way. So you might see here. If Tyler would show the camera.
Oh my God. Do you want me to camera?
For this shop.
What, Nick?
I'm typing myself.
Alright, so this is the right way it goes on. If you put it on like this, obviously it will not fit, so put it on the right way. You'll be able to tell if it goes on right. Tyler, hold the camera.
Just hold.
So you're just going to lay everything back down, and I'll get back to you when I've got everything bolted back down. I'm ready to put the engine back in the mini bike. Alright, so I did not show you how to bolt the motor back on because it's the same way as taking it off, so it's super simple. I'm about to finish up putting on the bolts to hold on the carburetor and gas tank. Once you do that, you just have to put the switch back on, and that's how straightforward from there. It's super easy. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.